are on Saturday, the 20th of April. We're in the Salam guest house. It's about just after 6 in the morning, and you may remember about half an hour ago, you were awoken by loud screams and shots from Craig Woo's room. The unfortunate Craig is dead, asphyxiated, in exactly the same way that Jenna was found the morning before. And then we had a little series of events which included Aris shaking around an elderly maths teacher, and he went into some sort of seizure. I think, in fact, at that point, Aris pushed him away and he fell and cracked his head against the wall. But anyway, the main thing was that a huge 6-foot-long red centipede-like creature came out of his mouth and promptly disappeared somewhere into a dark corner. Since then, we've had shots fired. We've had Al had the large centipede wrapped round him. I think he took a bullet as well, didn't he, from someone?
So I remember it.
Yeah, it kind of grazed him. But Todd and Mac got it off in the end with the assistance of Todd's extendable battens, and it promptly disappeared somewhere in the dark again. Eric was last seen shooting into the corners of the room, shouting, "It's in there, it's in there," as Mrs. Core comes along and demands once again to know what the fuck is going on in my house.
It's becoming a catchphrase, that is.
It is a bit, yes, it is a bit. So that's pretty much where we are. We've got Craig Woo dead, face up on the floor, lips turning blue and purple. We've got Mr. Simchak slumped against a wall that has a bit of a dent in it. Well, both his head and the wall. We've got Aris clinging to a wall out here. We've got Eric being sort of not sort of forcibly restrained too much, but Jazz is gently leading him away from the door. And Mrs. Core, for once, is lost for words. So, what happens next?
I think Al is going to try and get clean. He was on the lookout for some mouthwash, I think, because he's got horrible stuff from this centipede on him.
He has foul-smelling pus-like ichor because it did take a. I think did you shoot it as well, or someone shot it?
I got shot. I know that.
Sure, that wasn't me.
Yeah, we threw you in the shower, did we?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig's room. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're slumped in the shower, going trying to clean this horrible pussy stuff off. Yeah, your wound is not deep. It was just a graze, no ribs broken. So you were quite lucky there.
Yeah.
And you got lots of little indents and digs over your shoulder and around your neck, where the thing's feet, I suppose, if you want to call them that, dug into you as it curled around your neck.
We've still got the remains of these things, right? The centipede thing.
Well, we didn't kill it. It fled.
The big one.
Oh, sorry. I thought we'd actually killed it. It got away.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
That's why you were randomly shooting into the corner.
Yes. But we did catch one in a jar, didn't we? A small one.
Yeah.
Yes. You've got. I think you've probably got more than one actually, but you've got at least one sample upstairs in a jar.
Is it alive?
It was the last time you saw it, because I think it was one that it was. Did the cat catch it? I think.
I think the cat was playing with it, and we managed to get hold of it. I'm going to go and find the jar. Basically, retreat to my room, and then I'm going to get out my sort of biology kit and my genetics coding and all that kind of stuff, my scanners, and I'm going to basically start evaluating this centipede. One, I want to make sure it is biological and not cybernetic or in any way connected to anything else. That's the main aim. And then after that, start running its DNA coding through databases to try and figure out what it is, where it's come from, and I guess if it has any inherent behavioural, it'll respond to stimuli of some sort. Is it like noise or something like that? It's basically take a number of hours. So I'm assuming the rest of the day testing this thing, blood samples, DNA, behavioural studies using my biology, computers, engineering, genetics.
Okie doke. So you're going back up to the apartment on your own. Good.
Eric's just kind of focused on doing this thing, but he's going to tell everyone, and if he's going to wander off. If someone wants to come with him, they're more than welcome.
I think we should definitely be in pairs from now on. That thing came out of nowhere.
It didn't really come out of nowhere. We knew exactly where it was. It was down his throat.
It came out of nowhere at me.
Yeah, but that was after it came out the bloke.
Do we know it's the same one? Because Aris would presumably have seen both. Does he think they're the same creature?
It's red and it's a centipede.
Chris didn't see the one that was on you because he was too busy cowering against the wall. You may remember he failed his sand roll.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen quite a few of the small ones. Do they look like a miniature version of this big one?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit difficult. It's all been, it's fairly dark still. It was like bedside lamp.
Yeah.
You just get an impression of movement and lots of legs, and your mind is just going, what the actual fuck is this?
And
You're
it's
not
red.
really, I see it has 4 eyes and 3 antennae at the front, much like the Bifalophodus centilopodus,
All right, next time I want to see notes, guys. When we get attacked, notepads out, sketches.
Magnifying glass. I want to see a magnifying glass.
Yeah, ask it to stay still for a minute.
While Eric's doing the biological side and everything, I'm going to see if I can find a live sample. I shall go and look at the doorbell, because there's always one crawls out of there when we go to the front door.
Okay.
And see if I can get another live one. And I'm going to see what sort of foods it likes.
Oh, okay.
Work out ways to attract it.
Can Al work on a trap then with that thought? Something that will either restrain or kill it. I don't even know how you'd begin to restrain it, though.
6-foot centipede. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
yeah, it's like an armored snake with pincers. So it's a bit of a tough one to trap.
50 pairs of handcuffs.
You'd need, I don't know what you need. How do they trap snakes? Snakes, it's usually that stick with a wire on the end, isn't it? That they loop it around their head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll look for some sticks with wires on.
Yeah, I think if you were in a tropical jungle planet, you might have a chance. But on a space station like this, there might be one somewhere on Prospero's dream. It'll take a bit of searching.
I think Al will realise quite quickly. I don't think we could trap this thing. So can I take a look around at least our floor, and we saw this thing disappear off into the pipework, and just identify the areas where it could emerge from, and sort of think how can we either close that off or set up some kind of as simple as strings on cans or anything more that you can think of to try and get some warning.
You did have, if you remember, you set up last night a couple of motion cams in your apartment that you bought the day before, so you can certainly have those up in operation. I suspect Eric might, or someone might suggest to Eric we could put one on him as he's set up in the apartment doing his research. Yeah. Mrs. Core will be activating all the security protocols for the house, because we know this is a safe house and it's not just a plain old boarding house. So she'll have Saina and Jazz working on that, and they'll be going around the place. The other guests, there's a certain air of panic and upset, as you might expect. People don't know whether to stay in their rooms, to all come out. They're probably all gathered down in the dining area at the moment. Safety in numbers,
We're on Saturday, aren't we?
Saturday morning, yeah, be about sort of 7 a.m. by now.
Yeah, because we've got a meet this afternoon, haven't we?
You've got a meeting at 6 o'clock, I think, with Skinner. Yeah.
Mrs. K, do you happen to have a taser?
A taser? Yeah, she'll no doubt have one of those. Somewhere. She can break a couple of those out if you think they'll be useful.
Right, soup it up a little bit.
Quite heavily armoured, I remember.
Yeah, but we did find a soft spot once we got underneath it.
In the meantime, as all this is going on, of course, Mrs. Cora's called in SFPD. We've got Maeve and Officer Mourinho turning up again.
I was going to ask. So has it actually gone official in terms of what's going on?
Yes.
The
Well,
reporting.
as far as SFPD goes, yeah, they've already took Jenna's body away yesterday for the autopsy. Oh, she will tell you something just about the autopsy report. You know that she died of asphyxiation, but now the full report has come out. There were no signs of struggle or strangulation or anything else. But there's a very strange thing that her internal organs have been what is described as liquidated.
I'm assuming it's one of these centipedes that come out of her, right?
No one's got a clue because the autopsy and the good captain here know nothing about a 6-foot centipede at the moment.
No, but I mean between us,
Ooh.
in terms of our group.
Do you think it grew inside her?
If we get hold of one of these, a live one, maybe a lab rat or a lab mouse, put them in the same tank.
Well, part of what I was doing with the biology stuff is to sort of basically look at its gestation and how it works. Is it, But yeah, I mean, absolutely. I guess if you want to do a shortcut, you could just sort of try that. The old man, was it the old man that died and one of them come out of his mouth?
He's not dead. Well, who knows? No one's asked about him yet. I've gone in to check on him.
Check on it.
He'll be fine.
Is he alive?
I think Mac at some point will have gone in there and just to see. Aris is still very jittery. I think he'll most likely go back upstairs with Eric, but he's not going to sit anywhere near you. He's going to sit over the other side of the room and try not to look at your little red centipede.
While Eric's doing the complicated genetics and biology, I'll do the shortcut stuff. Yeah, seeing what they like to eat. See if I can get hold of a lab rat or something. Failing that, there is a cat wandering around.
Oh, not the cat.
Not the cat.
Not the cat. There's a lion. There's a lion, sir. All right. You're going to be up there. Mrs. Core will be up at some point. She'll be asking questions. I mean, I don't think anyone else other than your group saw the 6-foot thing. Are you going to mention that? Are you going to talk about it? Or are you just not going to say anything?
I think Mrs. Core can be trusted.
Probably can.
I don't know about anyone else.
Well, she did catch you emptying both barrels of a shotgun into her wall as it disappeared, so...
She'll be charging you for the damage, don't worry.
I should charge her for the damage. Has she seen my back? Centipede holes.
It might be worth taking Maeve to the side and sort of saying to her, because she seems pretty decent.
Is she the PD?
Yeah, and she may have heard of this happening elsewhere, maybe. I don't know.
I think that's worth doing. I think if we tell the owners and her, but I think if we tell anyone else, the people are just going to panic.
Well, I think as part of the investigation, at some point, Maeve is going to bring you all in together. Whether we'll say it's up in the apartment because she come up and she's going to question each of you. Now, normally, because there's been a murder, you would have been questioned separately. But given that we had what happened yesterday, and Todd was taken in for questioning because, of course, his DNA was all over the shop. But then it was obvious that it wasn't Todd. So she's prepared to question you as a group. She's not quite sure yet how much of this is going to be in an official statement or not. She's sort of winging this. No one, Mrs. Core, no one here has seen anything or heard of anything like this before. Everyone's floundering a bit. A 6-foot centipede that comes out of a man's mouth. Mr. Simchek, by the way, Mac will report, well, there'll be medics on the scene by now anyway. He's been taken to hospital, unconscious. The very least he's got concussion, possibly a fractured skull, but he is still alive.
Happy days. Save someone. There you go.
Eventually, after, well, it's going to be a fair old time, I guess, a couple of hours, the SFPD leave, the forensics team leave, Craig Wu is taken away on the stretcher, out on the gurney, and that's the last you see of him. So, we're back up in the apartment.
Has my trap triggered anything?
You're picking up nothing on the cams. I mean, what you sort of put in tripwires around the house? Or what you...
I had set up a little improvised trap overnight.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think we were thinking something small centipede sized.
Yeah. Nothing No, nothing.
Have I, with the samples of food from fridge and various things, if I find something that it likes? So if there's a cat around, do we have, I'll try cat food, all kinds of things, cheese, peanut butter.
You can determine that it seems to eat pretty much anything, the small ones you've got. Yeah.
I still like the idea of a live mouse.
I think it's a good idea.
Can I send out for some
Kentucky Fried Mice.
lab mice? Well, I'll ask one of the CSI guys before they leave.
Got any mice?
Could you get us half a dozen lab mice?
It sort of looks at you a bit odd, but this being Prospero's dream, if you bug him enough credits, yeah, you know.
Yeah, well, credit each.
Well, then there's a delivery charge, and I've got to think of
And the delivery charge,
got
yeah.
to think of my overheads, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, 100 credits, you can get some mice, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll get some, because if the small ones are attracted to living things and get inside them, there's your bait there, Al, for a trap.
Yep.
So that's going to take another hour or so. If Eric makes a roll, roll percentage dice and we'll see what you get first off.
10.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good. So with a couple of hours research, you can find something that looks fairly similar on Earth. I think the figure is something like sort of 91% of all known living creatures on Earth, invertebrates or something.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're spreading that out across the galaxy, there's a huge range of variety of insects. But you can narrow this down to a general type. And there's nothing in particular that stands out from an Earth-type centipede of a similar nature. Eat pretty much anything. They like warm, damp conditions. They're fairly solitary creatures. You know, you don't normally find big nests of them like ants or anything like that. Predators, of course. So they will eat flesh as well. They will kill things. Some of them have a type of venom in their pincers.
But it's all completely biological. There's nothing artificial about it.
No. And at some point, I think one was dissected before, wasn't it? One that was caught before was opened up. Once you got through the crunchy bit, it was very squishy. And no sign of circuit boards or nanobots or anything like that.
As I'm pretty sure, but centipedes generally, they don't just stay inside something else and then leap out effectively.
No, there are species of wasp that do that, right? They lay their eggs in.
But not centipedes.
No, that is certainly not something that is known or is usual. And in terms of size, 6 foot would seem a tad excessive.
Yeah. Not the norm.
I've just had a sudden thought. If the small ones are going in to people while they're small and then sort of eating away, growing and growing, do you think it's worth us all going down the local clinic for an X-ray or an MRI?
That was going to be my next thought. It's like it might be worth. Maybe we can get Maeve to. There must be some medical nowadays. There'll be a portable scanner you can just use and just go, oh look, you're infected.
Oh, there's portable MRIs now, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's clinics and places like that. Yeah, we've mentioned one or two. I think one clinic before Daff bought a load of med stuff in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, if you got the credits, then it's available somewhere on the Dream.
Well, we could break in. Do we want them to know that we've got some weird parasite? We'll get quarantined probably.
Oh, hopefully we don't.
If we do.
Well, I think it's more important that we. I'm fine. I think we need to check everyone else.
Yeah.
Like all the other members of the boarding house, including Mrs. K. So we've told Mrs. K what happened, right?
Yeah.
So I think we need to go to her with our next hypothesis that we need to test.
Yeah. If we run our theories past her. Still concerning that they're only local to this boarding house.
What does that imply, do you think?
Somebody's put them in here on purpose,
or we brought them with us.
Did they arrive with? Yeah, I was going to ask. Were they here before we arrived?
They were, yeah, one or two. It's been like a gradual increase over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine. I keep forgetting you've been here for like 4 days.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's just mental.
Not 3 months.
Yeah.
Let's do a timeline, because did they appear when somebody knew we were going to be here? Could they have been planted?
We'd have to. She said 2 or 3 days before we arrived. Well, she'd have known that we were coming about that time.
We've got to assume foul play. The fact that it's localized, we have to assume foul play. Somebody is being targeted.
Yeah.
The obvious choice is us, but do we know anything about the others that could lead to them being targeted? The journalist, for sure.
Yeah, you've got about 8 or 9 other people in the house, 2 of whom are now dead, and one who was seen to be disgorging the centipede is in hospital.
I'll ask Mrs. C. Did anybody else arrive round about the same time as you spotted these? Yeah.
Maybe the day before.
Yeah, 24 hours. That sort of time, 12, 24 hours.
And then left relatively quickly.
Difficult to say, because some of her people have been here for a while, like the casino girls have been here for quite a few months now. The dock workers tend to be here for a couple of months and they come and go because they're on their various shifts and contracts and that sort of thing. Mr. Simchek has been here for a couple of months maybe.
But sort of working on that timeline though, was
Any one-offs?
did the doc had any one-offs, any visitors? Had somebody been away on holiday and come back?
Stayed for a day or two and then left.
Nothing springs to mind, no.
Well, if you can think about it in case it does.
Yeah, I mean, she'll look back through her records and all that sort of stuff, and she'll get Saina onto that to see if she can work out.
Maybe one of the dock workers was away on a shift and then came back. Could have been picked up in the docks.
Saina, being a computer expert as well, she'll also get her on to looking if there's any reports or infestations of these on any freighters or anything like that coming in. That's a good thought.
Just a quick idea to run past everyone. And again, what about if I could put like a mini cam on this centipede, and then we let it go, and then we can basically track it and see what it sees. I don't know. Maybe there's a nest of them. Maybe there's not. I mean, centipedes aren't usually kind of congregating, but I'm just wondering if we could track it, and then we could see what it's like. We could see where it's going, and might come up with something.
They're definitely going somewhere because they disappear into the walls.
And there's definitely more than one, even if they're not in a nest.
There must be more than one, but have we seen more than one at the same time?
I think, there was a couple in the sink or in the shower at one point. I think someone took a shower and when a couple popped out.
I fancy putting a tracker on it and a little camera, and then just letting it go. I know we're probably going to end up being infected by. It'll be me probably, but I think that might be it. It'd be interesting to see what it sees and where it goes in the house.
A bit more high tech than the idea. I have to tie a bit of fishing line around one and see where it went.
I go with the tracker and the camera, mate.
Welcome to the 27th century.
Yeah. So I'm gonna plan doing that, Rob. I'll start thinking about how I'm gonna do that. Implanting a tracker.
You can rig something up between you. Yeah, that's no trouble.
I'll see if I can wrangle up a few more centipedes poking in places. So we've got
Yeah, poking around here and there, you can catch another, say, probably 2 or 3. So you've got a little collection now. You've got 4 of them in your apartment.
I want one for the mouse.
One for the mouse. Okay, your mice turn up.
You will separate a mouse into a tank. Drop a centipede in there and put a camera on it so we can watch that tank.
Yep.
Sick
Cover
bastard.
the top of the tank.
Has this gone through any ethics approval? I don't think so.
So, centipede versus mouse. Are you doing this with just one, or are you setting a couple off like this?
How many mice did I end up with?
6.
6. So I'll do 2 in separate tanks. One in one and one in the other.
And a control to make it scientific.
And then there's a centipede for Eric to put his tracking device on.
Right.
We can put one of the mice as well and
You're
send that
going to
off.
put a little tracker on each leg, like a little tag,
Little boots.
Caligula.
It's got a little bracelet. Has to be back by 6 o'clock.
The results: centipede versus mice. It's a 1-1 draw. One centipede kills a mice. The other one is killed by the mouse.
Oh.
All right, it doesn't wiggle its way in and start living inside it.
No, it stings it and it does whatever centipedes then do, which I imagine starts to eat it a bit or whatever. I knew I should have looked up centipedes.
But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave them 2 tanks with the camera on, watching them. So, in case anything strange does happen after.
Okay, you get a little message. Stuff is happening throughout the day. Mr. Simjek is going to be kept in hospital at least overnight. Obviously, potentially serious head injury. They want him in for monitoring, so he's not going to be back anytime soon. Craig Wu initial autopsy report is death by asphyxiation, no sign of strangulation, nothing blocking his airways, and his organs seem to be intact. You will also learn that Jenny's body is due for collection tomorrow to be taken up to the carry. Just to remind you, if people have no living relatives or similar, if their bodies aren't claimed within a certain time, they're taken up to the pig farms.
Recycling.
Anyone like some bacon?
Can we get a hold of plans of this building? I want to see if there's any space in terms of anything below or even in the walls, like piping and stuff where stuff could be traversing.
Yeah, you can get like the architectural plans. There's space. I mean, just in a normal house, you've got space under the floor, right? You've got space between the walls. There's pipe work, there's ducting, there's aircon. Potentially, you can go in for like ripping the walls apart, Internal walls here, these aren't sort of brick buildings, most of them. I mean, the exterior might be to an extent, but everything inside is like cheap wood, most of it.
It's as nice as wood.
Yeah, or plastic wood. And given the history of the dream, certainly in this area, most stuff will be jerry built. It's thrown up quick. So there's little gaps and spaces everywhere.
We could get ourselves a handheld thermal detector like the fire brigade use. That'd be something maybe when we see Skinner.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad piece of kit to have anyway for looking for heat signatures through walls, just to know where people are.
Are we meeting him today?
Yes, you're going to be meeting him in a couple of hours' time, actually.
Do we say the centipedes tend to like warm and wet?
Yeah.
With damp.
Yeah, like tropical conditions.
Is there like a equivalent, a space boiler? Space airing cupboard.
I'm sure there's the heating system and all that kind of stuff.
So it's just check.
Okay, so who's going to go to the airing cupboard?
I'm not going alone.
And what are you taking?
Where's my shotgun? Shotgun, torch, bottle.
I'll go with you. Come on.
Mrs. Core is kind of walking around the house and obviously talking to the other tenants, and there's he's sort of walking around going, tapping on walls and all this kind of stuff, and then looking in her airing cupboard. Well, there's going to be an airing cupboard and utility cupboard on every floor. There's a utility room on every floor, which is like a little laundry area. You want to check all those as well?
I mean, how stupid would we feel in a few sessions when it's like, yeah, they're all hidden in the airing cupboard?
There is that. There is that. It's best to check, isn't it?
And then we'll know.
The best part of an hour poking round reveals nothing. Probably find another normal sized centipede or two, but other than that,
We'll definitely trap it. Any that we see, we'll chuck it in. Let's see how they work together. Let's chuck anything they find into this jar and see if they fight.
there's 3 Fs, right? So probably be one of those 3. Fight, feed, fornicate. Or maybe 2 at the same time. Who knows?
We'll need some lighter fluid in case it's the last one.
They're not showing any other above insect intelligence. They're just insects. surviving.
That's the next test. We throw 2 of them in a jar with some Lego.
Meccano, make it really hard.
see what they build.
And a little sign that says "free mice" if you could build a tower.
Yeah, I'm going to release the one with the tracker and the little camera on it, and just let it go, and then just keep an eye on it.
Okay, I mean, you can be monitoring that on your e-pad as you search him and all the other stuff, and you see floors eye view of your room and the rug, and then it goes dark, and then it goes a bit light again, and you can't really tell much. You can't really say where it is exactly, but it's moving around in mostly dark places.
It is an infrared camera you put on it, is it?
No, it's not.
It would just be a standard crappy cam.
And then at some point, there's like a stop, and there's a kind of shape appears. Well, it's difficult to say. There's just something large comes towards the camera, and everything spins round for a bit.
Could be the cat
Yeah.
just batting it around.
Very nice. Okay, we'll just keep an eye on it, basically. As time goes on, see what happens.
Did you want to talk to any of the other residents at all? Most of them are staying in their rooms. Again, remember the Dockers have got no work at the moment because of the blockade. It's a Saturday, so the twins aren't working. The girls are going to be working later this evening. I mean, obviously they're very upset about what happened to Jenna, but they've got to go to work, right? So otherwise they don't get paid.
I think we just tell everybody to, just be on the lookout. Be aware.
It's worth talking to the Dockers, because they could be a way that it's got in to the station, and we could just be one of the first places to see it. I think it's worth, if we speak to the Dockers and just try and cautiously investigate if they've seen anything. Maybe just get them talking. Just get them talking about weird stuff they've unloaded, and they must have stories of weird flora and fauna that they've unloaded and has jumped out of a crate or something.
Well, Dean especially is a very open guy, and is how long do you want to spend?
I was going to say, that might be something that might be worth doing this evening, perhaps with a few beers and a takeaway.
Yeah, I agree.
Or send Aris down to do that because he is your psychologist.
He's an awful psychologist. Let's give Aris a few bevies and send him to speak to the dock workers.
All right. Well, that gives him something to do, because the rest of you are chasing around broom cupboards and fitting tiny little cameras to centipedes and stuff. So,
I'm building traps.
Yeah,
It's an important part of sci-fi folklore to put cameras on centipedes.
absolutely. It's probably going to be a skill in the next edition. Okay, so Aris will
tracking.
Aris will report back. Yeah, he's had lots of stories about things with 10 legs coming out of crates and all that sort of thing. Centipedes, no, nothing that sounds remotely similar. As far as they know, no sightings of anything that they've heard, so nothing really.
That's got to come back on this building has been targeted then.
It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? It seems like a bit of a... And also, why are they all hanging around here? Why not move on? Because even if someone put something here, and then they're kind of swarming all over the house, why stay in the one house? Most insects aren't going to just stay in one place. They're going to basically just start moving around. Should we go and check the next door neighbours to see if they've seen any, just to confirm they haven't?
I think we're sending Aris to borrow a cup of sugar, and he can say that a sea found a centipede in our sugar.
Aris can go and speak to the girls as well.
Basically, I think we'll just send Harris day drinking with anybody he can find.
Okay. He comes back from the girls. They weren't quite as forthcoming. You might get the impression they probably think he's a little bit creepy,
Fair enough.
Obviously, they're good judges of character, and they're very upset as well. As still, as far as the casino goes, Caesar's Casino, again, nothing. Red centipedes, no. Cockroaches, yes. And human cockroaches, but no centipedes. The twins are out, and Mr. Simchek is obviously in hospital, so his room is empty. His room with all his books in.
Do we just roll this in the background and get back on task? We've got to go and see Skinner, haven't we?
Well, we've got to go and see Skinner soon, so I was just... Yeah, there's nothing else we do with centipedes.
Yeah. I definitely think if Skinner can get us equipment, like you said, Todd,
Yeah.
a thermal cam, and if we can get like an ultrasound or something that will let us look inside a person.
An ultrasounder actually would be able to look inside the walls.
Yeah, that's
As
what I was
well.
thinking. That could be like a little ultrasound could be really useful.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So we fast forward to 6 o'clock in the evening then, and you are off to Murray's Bar and Grill to meet Skinner.
Looks familiar.
Mac is not going to come with you. He's got something he wants to follow up on. So he's going to be doing some research while you meet up with Skinner. So Morris is very busy. I mean, it's a Saturday evening, so it's busy anyway, but it seems to be even busier than usual. And you can probably put this down to the fact that no one is working. Most of the clientele work in the docks. And of course, with the blockade on, there's virtually zero work. So the place is packed. If you want to get something to eat or a drink, you're going to have to wait for a little while. Dolores, Maury's daughter, asks after Daff. Is he not with you?
He's hanging out with celebrities and been given a bit of a cushy assignment by all accounts. So, but he did say to give you a message of how he'd be pleased to come and see you again in the future.
Oh, okay. Well, she brightens up a little bit at that. And what can I get you?
I'll have a beer.
Okay. So you notice that Frost is over on the door again, and you know the score by now. He'll call you in when Skinner's ready to see you.
Try and get a seat and drink me drink.
Yeah, if we're going to be waiting. Yep, let's see if we can find a seat.
Yeah, it's as I say, it's a bar and grill. There's slot machines in one corner. There's people playing pool on another side. It is very, very busy. There are a couple of faces you recognise in here from before.
Has Al met Skinner before?
No. Do you want to just fill him in on who Skinner is exactly and what this?
Hey, who's this Skinner lad?
He's our kind of contact, right? You can basically help us out when we need help or when we need equipment, I guess. I think. Someone who we've got to report to, back up the chain, progress. So it's kind of like our
Handler?
handler, contact, person who we report back to effectively, and who can help us out with equipment like what we're going to ask him today. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
What do you make of him? Do you trust him?
No.
He doesn't trust anyone.
From a he's out to make his own name or out to backstab us?
Don't know, I've only met him once, I think. Once or twice. So we don't really know that much about him at the moment. Well, we haven't had that much to do with him, shall I say.
Mrs. K and Maeve don't rate him, or for some reason or other don't get on with him, or don't like to get on with him.
But if he's involved with dirty business, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, like we are.
Yes, and he's also, you may remember, the owner of the Narrow Valley establishment just around the corner. So, the door to the back room opens and Frost steps aside as Tug comes out and walks across to the bar with a big grin on his face.
Have we met Tug before?
Yes, you had a very long chat with him.
He's the pilot. His son-in-law got him in trouble. Son-in-law had huge debts, gambling debts, to the Rattler, hundreds of thousands of credits. So I think he's looking to earn money to basically pay off that debt as best as he can.
You're looking happy, Tug. Good joke. You want to pass it on?
Oh, well, yeah, I've got some work, isn't it? Got some work. I can earn some money to pay that bastard off. Or at least start paying him off.
What they got you doing?
And, well, he'll tell you if you buy him a drink.
Hey, sit down, have a pint, have some peanuts.
Oh, God bless your son. God bless him. Oh, well, a nice little job for Skinner, isn't it? You know, I'm just pick up some stuff, bring it back, you know, easy peasy.
Nice, easy does it.
And of course, with the blockade being on, well, everything's triple price, isn't it? Happy days.
Aye. They're gonna let you out?
Let me out. like they could stop me. More holes in that blockade than my old string vest.
Hey, when you off then?
Couple of days in and out. Nice payday. So I'll keep that swine off of our backs for a while.
Excellent. Well, good luck, Jeff. Hope it all works out.
Okay, at that point, Frost is motioning you over.
Stand up and off we go.
Hey, this is us. See ya.
And in you go into the back room. Same setup as before. It's just a private room at the back of the grill. Table, chairs, some other bits and pieces in there. Skinner is sat with his feet up on the desk, just finishing a conversation with someone. And he hangs up on his e-pad and says, "Oh, all right, yep, come in. Yep, sit down, chaps. Have you all got a drink?
No.
All right, Frost, get Dolores to bring around the drinks in, will you?" Frost grumbles something. Off he goes.
Just discreetly hide his empty beer glass behind his back.
So, well, you have been busy, haven't you? My word. Hobbs, I've never seen him in like this. I mean, people are just terrified. What the fuck happened? What exactly did you do in there?
Oh, well, we managed to infiltrate one of the clubs, and as luck would have it, we came across Gregorius on his own, and well, we thought that was a good opportunity to take out one of the bosses. Too good to miss.
Absolutely. Well, he won't be missed, arsehole.
Exactly. And then we've started to stir the pot between the Aztec kings and the Razordogz to sort of start laying some blame and all that kind of thing, and who done it, and basically cause a bit of chaos and see what the fallout is from that.
Yeah, well, it's certainly done that. There's been tensions, let's put it like that, and some trouble out on the edge of Copper Lane.
Yes.
So yeah, there's people very keen to stay in Hobbs's good books, and yeah, they're doing that by carrying out hits on the Razordogz at the moment. So yeah, interesting situation. Before I forget, Frost, can you call Aidan in, please? And Frost grumbles again, goes off, and comes back a minute or so later with a guy who you'll all recognise. You'll have seen him before. Again, this is the same sort of situation as with Al. He was part of your intake for selection, but wasn't in your actual team. Here he is. Would Aidan like to introduce himself?
All right, I'm Aidan. You should know I'm a bit of a techie, really.
Brilliant.
And Aidan has been sent in by Naylor. You'll find this out later. Mrs. Cable forgot to tell you with all the stuff that's been going on. But Aidan has been working on another part of the dream. And Naylor, on hearing what's been happening, thought you could probably do with another body or two.
What do they have you doing in?
Pretty much hacking, jury rigging stuff.
What's your sort of speciality? You say tech, but is it any particular type of tech, or?
Oh, I'm good at getting into computer systems, getting through electric locks, you name it. Anything electrical, easy for me.
Always good. Any knowledge of insects?
Why, you need a spider squishing? Ask your mum to do it.
All right. Well, Skinner says, as much as I hate to break up this happy reunion, you know, things to do, places to go. So let's crack on, shall we? Right. What do you want to know? You've got details of this drug factory, right? The jelly milk place.
Yep, we know where it is. We need to do some recon.
Okay. So you're out in Copper Lane.
Like some blueprints if you can get them.
You can get a plan of the place. In fact, he'll give you that now. I mean, Eric would have got that anyway, but obviously he's been busy tying things on centipedes. Not going to let it lie. It's located not right in the middle of Copper Lane, but it's down to the south side. Again, we'll get a map up in a moment just for that. Your problem is, if you go into Copper Lane, there's two ways you go in. You slip in very, very, very quietly, maybe one or two, or you go in force. Anything in between is kind of problematical.
Yeah.
Is that due to security forces, security systems? What's making it quite difficult to get in there?
Copper Lane is an area, so it's the area between where you are and the spaceport. As you first come out of the spaceport, you're hitting all the stuff you'd associate around a spaceport. Then you get into storage areas and warehousing. And the further you come out, the worse and worse it gets. By the time you get to Copper Lane, we've got industrial estates, we've got junkyards, we've got sewage farms, we've got the big pig farm, and we've got 3 or 4 very large housing estates, flat roof pubs, burnt out cars, and the area is run by the Razordogz.
So just sheer amount of people there.
Yep. So basically, the minute you step into one of those estates, if you're not from the estate, then everyone knows you're not from the estate.
The Razordogz and the Aztec Kings don't like each other?
Mm-hmm.
They're at war, yeah. I think it's safe to say.
To be clear, the Aztec kings who own the drug factory have put the drug factory is in the Razordogz territory.
Yes, that's what he finds it quite entertaining, actually. He finds that quite amusing.
Okay.
So we don't have any people already infiltrated into the Razordogz we can contact to get help or anything like that, do we? We know of any contacts that'll be friendlies or anything for us?
No, not as far as you know. Aris was doing some research on the area. So Copper Lane is an area filled mostly with junkyards, scrap dealers, rundown industrial estates and the like. There are 3 large estates on the edge of the area and 1 to the north. Each has densely packed low-grade housing. He was specifically looking at the sort of pubs and bars and clubs as a way of getting in there and getting information. Each estate is a community centre and a working man's club called the Union Club. In addition, each has some pubs and clubs listed below. The estates are the Carousel estate, which you've heard about before. That's where all the pig farms and abattoirs are. You've got the Carnival estate, the Parade estate, and the Wonderland estate. It's the Wonderland one that you'd go through to get to the drug factory. There are various pubs and clubs in all of those, but Aris was able to find out very little info about any of them and no reviews at all. He found a couple of pics here and there. That gives you the general idea. They're rundown, graffiti, litter, the sort of place that you'd find very difficult to infiltrate. Certainly, you're not going to go into one of those dressed in Hawaiian shirts.
Damn it.
Don't speak too soon.
What's the PD presence like there?
Minimal.
But there are detectives and that around there, are there?
PD, really, they've got a station on the edge, but they don't really go further. You might get Tempest patrols going in, but they're going to be heavy patrols. And they'd only go in if it was something that they needed to go in for. It's largely self-policed by the Razordogz.
Not the odd sort of bent detective going in for his weekly cut type thing?
Well, if there is, I mean, 90% of the detectives are bent, so if there is a detective in the station, then he'll be taking backhanders.
But it wouldn't be unusual for an odd single detective maybe to be wandering around to do his pickups.
Not if he was known.
It's all right. I've got an ID and a badge that I picked up when I was at the station.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
I was just thinking of mooching in as a corrupt cop new to the area.
Well, yeah, I mean, my sneaking skills are really not there. So if you want to sneak in and have a look around, then I guess that'll be you and who else? Whoever wants to do it.
Well, I do both types of sneaking. I can do quiet, subtle, and the other one of blatantly obvious. The way to get in somewhere, is wear the high vis, put the hard hat on, and carry the clipboard and just stroll through the front door. But I could do that maybe as a newly posted copper.
Or could we do the old? We're a group of people doing some roadworks outside the club, outside the factory.
Wander around a few bars, let people know that, I'm here. I'm quite happy to take a my backhander or a cut to turn a blind eye to the odd deal.
So the aim here is to get eyes on the factory and scope it out, right?
Yeah, but if I could do that by just wandering around them.
Yeah.
While we're here with Skinner, equipment. Can you get hold of a thermal imager for us and a ultrasound? Yeah, the sort of thing, you know, like the fire brigade used to pick up people through walls.
Thermal imager. Yeah, that'd be pretty straightforward. Ultrasound.
Yeah, like a doctor thing. We can also use it for looking through walls because it'll bounce back a radar image.
It can let you know. The thermal imager shouldn't be too much of a problem. Ultrasound, he can check for it. If you've got the credits to throw at it, you might be able to get something.
Well, thermal imager would be a good start.
Mm.
We've got a bit of an infestation at the house. We need to check in the walls.
We get that in the Narrow Valley, bed bugs. You know, quite a lot.
They're not 6-foot-long centipedes, are they?
Not that I've seen yet. No.
Just checking.
Could we get a drone into the drug factory?
I think we reckon the drone would go down pretty quickly.
We did think of that, but a drone, if it gets spotted,
They watch from apparently.
Unless we could find something discreet and small, but
Yeah.
What about a ground-based drone, sort of like on wheels, rather than the air?
that probably gets stolen even quicker. Yeah.
I think it'd be on bricks without. Yeah.
What about if you do it through the sewers, though?
But that was going to be the other thing is like, you know, either we or, like you say, a robot of some sort goes through the sewers and up into the factory.
I did have a look at plans to see if there was anything like that. I don't think we got anything that looked like a goer.
Okay.
I just want to let you know what you're up against here. He has got some info on the Razordogz. I mean, this is all from SFPD, similar to that you had with the Aztec Kings from Maeve. So, Chuck is the head dog, is the big dog. And the way they structure it is they've got 3 levels of membership. It's male only. No women are allowed to be in the gang, though they serve other roles. The lowest rung of member are boys. They have to undergo a brutal initiation ritual before they're treated as part of the pack. They're like prospects, basically, that you get in your biker gangs. When a boy has proven himself, he becomes one of the biters. They make up the core of the gang. Most of them are killers. As part of their promotion, they get biomodifications to their teeth, as you can see in some of the mugshots there from these lovely looking people. And above the biters, you get the alphas. So that's the top level of the gangs.
Is it just the teeth they modify, or about any other cybernetic?
As far as we know, it's just teeth. They probably wouldn't have money for other cyber mods.
I was just thinking of, you know.
Teeth would be a fairly cheap thing. I mean, they must have a very good dentist though, on the staff. You know.
We have a cybernetics expert.
Yes. Well, you got 2.
Oh, that was my thought. Something for Herrick to hack into. And,
Yeah, these are more bio mods than cyberware. So they're like augmented teeth. This is like turkey teeth, but
yeah,
you know, with a bit of a twist. Yeah, they're stainless steel and they're sharpened to points.
but they stay in.
Our mission is disrupt the gangs, right?
Yeah.
So this drug lab is a useful tool for us because it's power. We don't necessarily need to infiltrate it or destroy it. We just need to make it look vulnerable to other gangs, and then they'll do it for us.
Well, the Razordogz must know it's there 'cause it's in their territory, right? And I'm just wondering if is it the Bratvar or the overruling gangs, if they've kind of said a bit of a decree with this stuff, because they've kind of got they're in overall charge of everything on Prospero's Dream. So whether they're forcing them to accept this factory where it is.
I'm pretty sure the Bratva know that it's there.
They know everything.
Yeah. So it's whether they've enforced to kind of, you will put up with this because it basically we all get profit from it. But yeah, I mean,
It's even quite.
without getting further intel, it's hard to know.
It's quite possible now that the Bratva may just hand it over to them and not bother with the Aztecs anymore. They've effectively been taken out the picture, haven't they?
Well, I think he's still on the loose though, anyway. What's his face?
What, Skullface?
Hobbs the Enforcer. Yeah, he's still torturing and killing.
Yeah, he's never going to be given. Yeah, he's never going to be given the run of the Aztecs from the Bratva. They won't want anybody like him in charge. He's just a thug.
Is there any intel on Chuck and the leading people about kind of what they're like, or so Hobbs was the enforcer for Aztecs. Is there similar info on these guys?
There's less because there's less of a presence in there, so the SFPD and Asani's corner are a little more in control, and Maeve has access to the records. Less, but what they do have is that Chuck is the current leader. He gained his position through single combat to the death against the former leader, which is the way things work in the Razordogz. And his rule, if we can call it that, has been characterized by an increase in the use of real dogs among gang members. That's an increase in organized dogfights and a new method for punishing traitors. You can use your imagination for that one. They're very druggy gang. Well, in that way, the same as the Aztec Kings, but this lot are on hyperdex, cocaine, and slort.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. Yeah, yeah. They're generally going to be armed with guns or pistols, though they tend to prefer using their hands and feet. They see that as a more manly way to settle disputes or administer punishments. And they're mostly working in prostitution, protection rackets, and robbery and drugs, of course. There's a huge demand for drugs in Copper Lane.
Do they commit their crimes in their territory, or do they go outside their territory to do robberies and things like that?
They're 99% in their territory because, again, we're in a period now where the intergang warfare has largely settled down.
Yeah.
And everyone's working in their defined areas, at least up until this week. The arrival of the Iron Coffin.
You say they're into protection rackets as well?
Yep.
Which probably means that these bars on the edge, they're taking a cut from. So maybe just sitting around in one of the bars on the outskirts for a while and see what shows up.
My other thought was we could feed them some intel that there's a bank or something where there's some stash of cash or a bank in the Aztecs territory that's vulnerable for whatever reason. We could draw them out into it, maybe cause more strife and trouble between the gangs like that, and then tell the Aztecs that they're going to be there, what time they're going to be there, and then they can have a big standoff and kill each other. Do us all a favour.
If we could get Hobbs to bump into one of them, perhaps in a bar, might be enough to kick it off.
Yeah, just thinking about like that. But I mean, it doesn't solve our immediate problem of getting eyes on the factory. And the aim for us to get eyes on the factory is it to destroy it? Are we going to try and infiltrate it and actually try and work there? Or what exactly are we trying to do?
I think we need to get eyes on to see if it's actually still producing, and find out who the chemist is and who's sort of running that place, who's the brains behind the factory.
Yeah.
And then take it from there. We just need intel, really, don't we?
Because part of what we were charged to do was to get in on the ground and then somehow kind of get in more senior leadership or something. Is that right?
Well, no, I think our brief was maybe just cause trouble and get them all to start warring with each other, and they'd all be cleaning house then, in a way. So if we could, if Hobbs is on the rampage, if we can find out which bar one of their boys maybe hangs around in, or a couple of them, link that to Hobbs with a little bit of intel saying, this is the guy that could be responsible for causing all the trouble at the club, and let Hobbs go on the rampage in their territory.
Skinner brings up that the map there, the plan. As I say, Eric could have accessed that as well, so you would have had access to that. But this is what he's been able to get as the floor plan for the factory unit.
When we say reactor, do we know what that is?
That'd be like the power plants, I guess, for the operation.
But what kind of power plant? Just reactor advise, and that symbol. That's a symbol for diesel, right?
That's gas.
Is it nuclear, basically?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all right. Yep, I'll start building the explosives.
Yeah.
All right, Skinner says, well, look, if you want my advice, you go in very, very quiet or very, very loud. There's no in between. I might be able to provide you with some transport, like a van or something like that, but I will want it back, and any damage has to be paid for. I want to make that very clear.
Maybe we won't bother with the van then.
I can get hold of some bits and pieces for you. I mean, if you wanted some blocks of Cytex, I could certainly get hold of that.
Oh, that's your department, Al.
I think Al, when Skinner said he can get a van, he wrote down car bomb ? On a note. Was then told he'd have to repair for the damage, crossed it out, and has now ticked it twice.
Cytex will ring a bell with him.
It does sort of register our MO, though. We do go in quiet, and then it does suddenly get noisy and loud.
A wee bit of Cytex to be good. I reckon I could bring the building down.
Without causing a fire?
You're asking a lot here.
Well, Cytex is they're small blocks of thermal. Basically, they're shaped charges, so you can direct where the explosion goes.
I'm guessing this is space C4.
Yeah.
C10.
Yeah. You put the little fuse in, put the timer on, and it's very directional. It's manufactured for specific situations.
It's definitely Al's first love.
Yeah.
We need a breakdown of jelly milk first to find out what the components are in case any of them are highly flammable.
Do we know what it does? What do we know about? Do we know anything about jelly milk other than it's hot?
It's a vapor that they just sort of sit under these hoods and breathe in and that.
Vapors.
But that's when it's finished. It's what are its components? Yeah. One of them may be highly flammable.
Vapor's going to be explosive.
Yeah.
Do we need to snatch a chemist?
You've got to the right there is that line. There's a rail line going in there.
We're here.
That's like yeah, that's it. Yeah, that line there. That's like a freight line, which is not uncommon in these places. That's why they're close to the spaceport. Freight comes in and out, and blah blah blah, etc. etc.
That could be a good ingress point for a ground-based drone.
Does Skinner have any intel on who, I don't know, who's like the chemist basically, or all the people that the scientists involved with this, creating this that work on site, or?
Well, I do have some intel, and he shouts out to Frost again, who's like, "For fuck's sake. Can you get Wahlberg in here, please?"
And another round of drinks.
Cheeky. So this guy comes in looking like a sack of shit, unshaven, dirty fingernails, and he sits down, looks at you, and Skinner explains that Wahlberg used to work at this place.
Oh.
What was it before they turned it into their lab?
Oh, it's always been a lab, as far as I know.
It's always been.
Yep.
So it's always been. Is the railway line active?
It was when I was there, yeah.
Are we talking a sort of a narrow gauge type thing, are we?
Well, that's just a little, monorail thing. Stuff came in, stuff went out. I was charged with, I was working the gate and that kind of stuff. They made me sign NDAs, but, fuck that, fuck them. They fuck me, I'll fuck them. Bollocks to them.
Where does the monorail go to?
Oh, it goes to the main rail, I suppose.
So it's like a little branch line then.
Yeah, there's all sorts of creepy shit going on in there, lots of voluntary human test subjects, shall we say.
Oh, so it's not just jelly milk then?
What's jelly milk?
Drugs.
Oh, right. I don't know. Well.
How long ago did you work there?
I got boot about 6 months back or so.
When did jelly milk come on the market? Because it is fairly new.
It's very new, yeah.
Was that after 6 months or about 6 months ago?
Oh, a month ago.
What were they making in your day?
Oh, I didn't ask. I mean, you don't want to ask, do you? All sorts of stuff, green stuff, brown stuff.
Yeah, the two worst kinds.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I'm out of it. You know, I'd rather have less money and a clean conscience. To be honest, you know, broken legs, broken souls. No, not for me.
So talk me through the security checks and procedure when you went in.
Couple of guys on the gate. Then you go in to reception area. Receptionist. Yeah. There's a couple of guys in back room on reception. They got some drones covering. They got a couple of gun turrets up on the wall, on the fencing. And there's cameras all over the place and stuff, and cameras inside, and you know, all very hush hush, all kept on the low.
What kind of pass do you have? Did you have an ID, or was it just
Yeah, like a swipe card thing, you know, usual stuff, laminated.
you didn't
thing.
keep hold of it? Did you, or did you hand it
No.
back in?
Oh, they took that off me straight away.
Was there ever any industrial accidents?
Every day. Well, it depends what you mean by accidents, really.
I want to go back to the pass. The passes. When you do they issue it at the gate? Do they take it off you, or were you allowed to leave with it?
If you were a visitor, you were issued one as you went in, and then they took it off on the way out.
But staff to keep hold of theirs and take them home.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Though, the staff were driven in and out.
No, it's all right. It's just that I've worked at places. Yeah, I've worked at places before where you hand over one ID and you get another one for on site.
Oh, this was people busting in and out. They were picked up from the station and brought in and then back. I mean, no one's going to fucking walk through Copper Lane anyway, are they, really?
Which station do they pick up from?
Copper Lane.
Copper Lane. By bus?
Yep.
What times of day?
Well, they come in. I think there was a couple of shifts. So one lot of start about 8:30 in the morning, then evening shift about 6:30 at night, kind of thing.
Busy bus? Lots of people?
Well, I don't know, 15, 20 maybe, depends.
20.
Boffins, I suppose. Chemists, that's...
All proper permanent staff, though. No pickup of any sort of casual workers.
I don't think it's a sort of casual worker place, no.
Right, but proper stuff. Okay.
Is it running 24/7, like
Pretty much.
constant, or does it quiet down at night?
I don't know. I mean, I just did my shifts. I was on day shift, so I don't really know if it was going on at night. It seemed to vary a bit, you know.
Make any friends?
Not really. I'm not the friendly type.
Yeah, I could tell.
How long was your shift?
10 hours.
10 hours. So you get picked up by the bus, do 10 hours, bus brings you back. Was the next shift there to go on the bus and straight in?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's how it worked. Yeah.
Same sort of numbers of people?
Yeah.
You say you was on the day shift, so...
So, is it only 2 shifts?
As far as I know, yeah.
So there's a bit of downtime.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I say, I was on the front gate, so I didn't get to go in most of the places. I mean, I did the rounds around the perimeter, you know. That's how I found out about the installation pipe.
Tell us about this pipe.
Oh, well, listen, look, if you want to fuck these people over, there's an unused installation pipe below the northern cyclobutane feed. If you follow that, from what I gather, that takes you straight into the chem dome.
And that's not shown on this map.
Well, it wouldn't be, would it?
No. Can you draw it on? Just put a line?
Yeah, you can do that.
How big is this pipe?
It's about 5 foot across, I suppose. You know, wriggleable. You can wriggle through it.
Big enough, easily movable for 5 foot. If it's 5 foot, yeah.
It's had like a grate over it, and you know, I found it one day. I was, you know, it's a long shift, not much to do. I was having a poke around.
Is the grate a little bit away from the perimeter, outside or inside?
It's inside, just inside, yeah.
Is there a bit of a dead spot there?
Well, I don't know, really. I mean, you know, it's a wire fence.
Where that pipe comes out, what is the facilities next door in that area?
The place is surrounded by junkyards and a sewage farm and that kind of stuff. So, you know.
So fairly quiet.
Doesn't get many tourists, no.
Was there any gun turrets near it?
So there'll be one each side of the main gate, and then you see the heavier marked in the solid triangles, basically. So you've got two at the main gate, and then there's a couple at the entrance over to the east. Yeah, and they'll have a couple of drones floating around the place as well.
Okay, well, I think we've just found our way in.
Yeah.
We've got a few ways in.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah. As I believe we nobble somebody at the bus stop, go in through the sewer.
Gonna smell like shit.
Skinner can get us a can of Febreze, surely.
Anyway, you don't need to know this, Mr. whatever your name is.
I mean, I suppose you could go in on a train, but I think there's scanners, you know.
Yes,
We're health and safety inspectors.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Look, like I said, they fuck me over. I don't care what you do to them, you know.
What did they do to you?
Oh, well, I'd rather not say some of the things I saw, to be honest.
do they owe you any back pay?
Yeah, they do, yeah. A few hundred credits. He looks meaningfully at you.
That's a real shame.
I'll tell you what, I'll slide him an untraceable cred stick with about 150 on. This might cover your back pay and your discretion.
I never saw or heard a thing.
And if anybody else asks the same questions, you wouldn't know anything about any of these things or ways in.
Well, no, I certainly wouldn't, you know, especially not if it's old Skullface. I mean, you wouldn't want him after you, would you?
That's great. That's fine.
Okay, off he goes then. So, Skinner says, right, anything else you want to know? Anything else I can do?
Think of it. We've got the plans. Talk to the guy. He's gonna look at getting us the equipment we want.
Any updates from Skinner? Does he know anything about the strike that's on? Does he know anything in the background?
And it was on the news, and obviously it's the talk of the bar. Not really, no. I mean, is ambivalent about it because the blockade makes life more difficult, but then, you know, he can put his prices up. So, you know, as long as his supply routes are kept open, then it doesn't affect him too much. And one of the great things with what he deals in is you got it, you sell it, you've still got it.
J-Mill, do you know if this made it anywhere else, or is this the only factory that makes it?
It's the only place he's heard of is it coming out of Club Nebula.
I was thinking, this potential way in through this pipe, do we give that information to the Razordogz? Let them get on with it?
No, keep it to ourselves in case we need to go in.
Yeah, but if we want to cause disruption, I mean, what are we going to do when we get in there? Well, why not get someone else to go in there and do it?
Yeah, I agree. Let's not risk us. If the Razordogz go in, starting a gang war over this place is more disruption than shutting it down. It's going to cost them more to fight over it than it would to rebuild it somewhere else.
We could help by sending in some explosives and stuff on a train or something, maybe, I don't know, but you know, if we could slip them the information, coordinate.
Create him a little diversion, perhaps.
Yeah, but then also, on the other side, tell the Aztec Kings it's coming, tell Hobbs it's coming, and that the Razordogz are going to be there, when and where, and let them fight it out.
We don't know whether Hobbs knows where this place is.
He must do. It's the Aztec Kings, isn't
Must
it?
do, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's his factory.
It's not his. It's the Aztec Kings, but he was only an enforcer.
Yeah, but
He wasn't.
I think you missed something that Wahlberg mentioned.
He would rather not
Yeah, he
Hobbs
did.
find out that he'd told us.
He mentioned Skullface.
Yeah. He's aware of Skullface and afraid
Yeah.
that if he shares this information too widely, so Hobbs knows.
Yeah.
if we're here to cause chaos, then playing them off against each other might be a good way of doing it. Giving the Razorbacks the way in, telling the Aztec they're coming, when they're going to be there, and letting them just fight out amongst themselves and just sit back and watch the fireworks.
The Razor Kings and the Aztec dogs.
I'd be tempted to let the Aztec Kings know, though, last minute.
Yeah.
Why do we let them know at all? I don't think that's what we want. If we think if they're going to start a fight over this place, one fight over it is not disruption. Razordogz going in, taking it over, securing it,
It's changed hands.
taking casualties. The Aztec Kings then need to retake it or rebuild it. That's more disruption if they don't know.
Just don't tell them.
We
yeah.
want the Razordogz to win, and we want the Aztec Kings to try and take it back. So we need to lock down the chemist as well.
It's disrupted it better. Yeah.
I was thinking more if you have them fighting at the same time, you're maximising casualties on both sides, and if you throw in your own explosives just to make it more exciting for everyone, then you just cause an absolute chaos.
Gangsters don't like a fair fight. I think the Razordogz would run as soon as they saw the Aztec Kings there in force.
I'm happy either way.
I tend to be with Al with this one. Just let the Razordogz know and let them.
I think that builds credibility with the Razordogz then as well. And if that potentially gives us some access to Copper Lane more broadly because they like us, we can use that potentially.
So they have people there, so they take maximum casualties.
I think we just give the Razordogz the intel and say, you know, Aztec Kings have fucked us over, why don't you fuck them over?
If I go in as a bent cop, newly to this area, and look for a low-level Razordog to start with, under the pretense that I've got a bit of useful information, and I give him the information as a crooked detective, which wouldn't be out of character for the PD in this area.
There's the risk that you become a way for that gang member to get a bit of cred, and you end up, well, dead.
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. This is what I do.
If you're confident,
This is basically a con.
you need cover, for sure. You can't go in completely alone.
Skinner might just interject here because he's just sitting back listening, looking at his watch. In normal circumstances, I might say, yeah, these are psychotic meth heads with metal teeth. Just throwing that out there. Like you thought the Aztec Kings were bad.
Yeah, they're a bit psycho.
Yeah, they're not legitimate businessmen.
In that way, I don't drop it directly. The information gets dropped as a bent copper to a bar, shooting his mouth off. I could get the information to him indirectly, but I just...
Eric, are you on their forums? That could be a route as well.
Yeah, he's been stirring it up quite nicely on all the various forums and stuff. So yeah.
Or we could send it through various methods so it's encrypted but gets to them, and they would have, but at least then they've got it.
Sort of, I heard this bent copper talking about a drug lab in our territory.
You don't want it completely public so everyone knows about it. You want it to sort of get to the right people.
be nice if they could make it look that they've hacked a system and found it out for themselves.
So basically, we need to do a drop off to the leaders of the Razordogz with the information, right?
I think, yeah, disruption-wise, I think that's the best bet.
I guess it's how we then arrange that. I don't know. How do we get the information to them is the key question.
So they're in drugs, prostitution, protection.
The kind of thing is the pack mentality. So status in the pack is very important. It's your real, what would you call it? Toxic masculinity squared, you know? You get status by doing really horrible things, basically.
I think they're going to station the most sane on protection. Because if you send a madman to collect and he kills or injures the guy you're getting protection from, you're not getting any protection from him because he can't work. I reckon if we can find one of them that's up and coming, we can give him the information, he can use it to up his status, and that could be a route in to give him the information.
Yeah.
It's giving them the information of where the place is, that it's there, and then letting them know that where the but then letting them know where the weakness is to get in.
Do we tell them the actual weakness, or do we give them one of the lesser vulnerabilities that gets more of them killed? Do we tell them about the rail, or the bus. You know, they could hijack a bus, fill it with gangers, ship it in, go crazy. That seems more their style as well. And then we've got the back passage in our back pocket if we decide to sow a bit more carnage.
Yeah.
Skinner would also, before he finally ushers you out,
Yeah.
because he wants to have his dinner and he's got places to be and all that, as he said. But isn't the thing then you're just giving the jelly milk to the Razordogz?
Yeah, then that is a gang war. Because then the Razordogz have made a direct move against Aztec King property. That is a gang war.
Yeah, but
They'll retaliate, and that's what we want.
Yeah, but a lot depends on what the Bradford decide to do.
But do you think if the Bradford just shut it down?
I suspect that the Bradford are probably running or have affiliations with both of the gangs, and they're letting them do what they want. But if they start wrecking business,
even that plays into our
Yeah.
hands, though, because it starts to build bad blood between all of the gangs and the Bradford. You know, the Razordogz took our lab, killed our people, and the Bradford said, "Get over it."
which is a good reason for keeping the pipeline to ourselves. Because if the Bradford take over and start running the plant,
Yeah,
What if we ran it as Bradford gave them the intel so they could take it?
no, they wouldn't do that.
it's way too risky as well.
Yeah.
Because if the Bradford probably don't know we're here yet. As soon as someone starts impersonating a Bradford, they're looking for that guy.
Yeah.
And that guy is going to show up in pieces if he's lucky.
Also, give us a route to actually get at the Bradford ourselves. If we keep that pipeline entrance to ourselves, and the Bradford decides we've had enough of these two gangs fighting over it, we're going to take over the plant. We've then got a way in to disrupt the Bradford ourselves if we need to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Skinner's going to chuck you out now, so, let me know. And he'll do his best to see if he can find thermal sounds and ultra images and infrareds and whatever else it was you wanted.
And explosives. Don't forget the explosives, Skinner.
Oh, the explosives is no problem. That's the easy part.
Watch out for centipedes.
Centipedes. He such sort of shrugs and what?
Did we bring him one?
Oh, yeah, isn't he analysing it?
If you brought him a centipede, he'd say, "What the fuck are you bringing that in here for?" And yeah.
I thought we sent him one a few days ago.
Yeah, for him to analyse.
Well, okay. Then he says, "Why the fuck did you send me a centipede in an envelope? What is this? Some sort of, is it a joke or something?"
Here, Skinner, let me help you out. Give him some creds. Just get it analysed.
Oh, you want it analysed? Okay. Fuck's sake. All right.
Yeah. Did you not hear of the 2 deaths at the boarding house?
People die every day. This is the dream.
Yeah, but not from centipedes.
Well, all sorts of things. You'd be surprised. There was even a guy who was killed by a dead guy recently. How about that?
What?
I think I know him.
So, back to the house.
Okay.
And all is as you left it. You got in your room and you got little tanks full of centipedes and mice. We're going to have a mouse infestation. Oh, we've got the cat anyway. We're safe on that one.
The cat will be happy.
The cat will be happy, yeah.
One thing that has changed is there's no sign of Mac.
Where's he gone?
It's not in his room. And you notice in his room that all his stuff has gone as well.
Uh-oh.
Has he done a runner?
I'll look for a post-it on the fridge.
There's a post-it on the fridge. It simply says, "It's in me, I have to go."
Oh.
So, I think we need to find an X-ray machine.
Oops.
I think we all need to go to the clinic.
Go and
Yeah.
get checked out.
Yeah.
Go to the clinic.
Go to the clinic and demand an MRI.
Just look out for a cat. I'll add your name. We've got like a little chore list on the fridge. I'll add your name to that. You can take Max. He's gone. I'll cross out Max's name and add Aiden's.
Is anyone going to dare touch his yogurt, though?
No, not that yogurt.
That was the only culture Mac had.
Hey.
Oh. Meow.
Dare I ask?
Okay, you can, because it could be open quite late, you can go to the clinic you went to before, where Daft bought all his supplies. This is going to cost you. Now, we're not really keeping track on money as such, but this is going to clear you out for a bit, because you've come in and you want scans now. And it's, 8:00 on a Saturday night and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you don't have Daft's resources to draw on anymore, but nevertheless, you can get the money together. This is the Patch and Go. It's a small medical clinic run by a lady called Pengbo. So, one by one, you put on those gowns with no back, so your ass shows. And you will get sprayed with horrible stuff, and one by one you go through the scanner. Is Aiden taking part in this, by the way? Perhaps you think this is some sort of initiation ritual, perhaps?
Well, I guess I'd go along with it. I'll be a bit like, what the fuck?
Don't worry about this, Aiden. It's just our weekly checkup.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether he's going along with it or not. He's still chipping in with it.
Oh, harsh. Yeah, or we can say that Aiden is off getting his stuff and is going to bring it all back to the house. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. So when you get back, there's a little note that says we're all out getting scanned. We'll explain later.
Yeah, do that. I think that's more likely.
And it is your turn to do the washing up as well.
And you got to feed the centipedes and mice.
Don't eat the centipedes.
Yeah, that's been added to the chore list.
I'll definitely flag that for I'll ask later.
Yeah, you come into this room, so you meet Mrs. Core, you're introduced. She's heard about you from Naylor and all that stuff, so that's all fine. We don't have to go through you get the eye scan again. Everyone has to go through the retina scan. This is a very secure guest house. But she shows you upstairs and she lets you in the apartment, and for the second time that day goes, what the fuck? Because on the main table in the kitchen area, there are several jars and little tanks with mice and centipedes, and she just says, I don't want to know, and just goes back downstairs. So you might start wondering what sort of group of people you're hooking up with here, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, back at the Patch and Go, scans come back as negative. Nothing there that shouldn't be, barring any modifications that any of you might have or interesting piercings or such like. There's no sign of any foreign bodies or eggs or wriggly things or anything like that. I imagine you're going to get takeout again rather than risk going out on the town, because it's still only we've got Hobbs on the rampage still and all the rest of it. Still probably best to lay low. Obviously, Aiden is in the clear for that, and Al as well, because they weren't involved in any of those activities.
We can go get the takeaway in then.
Okay, and does anyone want to ask Mrs. K about anything?
So we've already asked her, there was no newcomers at the same time as the centipedes. Can we ask her when she found out we were coming?
It was probably about a week before you arrived, because your proper flight, your journey was about a week, but obviously there was that little sidetrack and all that stuff that went on that added on about 5 or 6 extra days, I think. But she'd seen centipedes before that.
So she'd seen centipedes before she knew we were coming.
Yeah, I mean, just occasionally. There's bugs. It's not like it's not like a memorable thing. Obviously, it's become more memorable as there seem to be more and more of them. But that was only in the last sort of week or so.
What sort of yarn has she spun to the other tenants about the deaths? Just kept it vague?
Yeah, well, she's just said she's waiting to hear back. Until they hear the autopsy reports, then they won't know. Could just be one of those things, Mr. Simchek is awake now. He's in hospital. He's recovering all right. Severe concussion. He's going to be in for a few days.
I'd suggest to her she might want to get herself scanned.
Okay, well, she will do that, and for her family as well. One thing that did happen, well, she heard from Maeve actually, was someone came to claim Craig Woo's body. A lady who described herself as Craig Woo's aunt.
She got CCTV of the person turning up.
They will have at the station. She imagines, yeah. And Jenna had no one, so unfortunately, she's heading north, as the expression goes. The other girls are out there at work now. The other tenants will either be in their rooms or out having a meal and a drink. So Mr. Simjak's room is obviously empty at the moment.
Okay, fine, we'll search it. We've got to search it. Yeah, let's see what he's got.
I did wonder about doing that.
Book on Red Centipedes. Fingers crossed.
He's an old teacher, isn't he?
Maths teacher, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's quite unusual that this time there's quite a lot of books in his room. I mean, it's a bit old-fashioned, but you do find standard maths, chemistry books, all that stuff. But there are some science books as well, and some books on invertebrates.
Hello. Hand those over to Eric because he was doing some research.
Yes, so yeah, there are some books that include information on species of centipede.
Start cross-correlating.
Is there anything that looks like a container, like a terrarium or anything that might have had them in or anything?
Nope.
Or is it just the books?
Nope, just the books. There's no tank or anything like that.
Any evidence of eggs?
Nope. You can't see anything that... It's all very neat and tidy. He doesn't have many possessions. There's some clothes hanging up in the wardrobe. There's a picture on his bedside table of him and a woman standing together smiling. Looks like it was taken maybe 30 years ago, something like that.
Was this the same guy that sent a message that said they're inside me?
No, that's Mac.
Mac, okay.
That was one of our group.
Has he got an old computer or something? Has he got a computer?
Well, he might have an old phone kind of thing, but he's got no computer.
Well, maybe we talk to him when he comes back.
Is there a book that looks sort of like frequently referenced? That's got more wear on the spine or anything like that?
I was going to say anything bookmarked.
Yeah. The centipede stuff. Yeah. And there's little bits of paper in some of the pages,
Yeah, all of that stuff, I think we will take that up and have a better look at it.
Well, I mean, to be fair to him, maybe he's also seen the centipedes, and being the kind of guy he is, he started to do some research on them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if there's no containers, I'm thinking that's likely as well, but
why would he have them? Is it difficult to get a hold of books now? Is it going to be mostly digital? Because you said it's unusual to have this many books,
Yeah, I mean, if you especially on a space station, because space is everything. If you're a rich guy and you've got a huge mansion, then as a show of your wealth, you probably have a library, but 99% is digital.
anything to say where the books were from? Was a library or anything to sort of...
Standard textbooks. I mean, they're quite old, some of them, but there are places that still publish books, but very few and far between. And his textbooks are all quite old as well. Maths and chemistry.
Okay.
The likelihood is he's had these books on insects before. I think it's something that we have to assume.
Is it important enough that we go and see him in hospital?
Definitely ask.
Can Eric and Todd roll a percentage dice for me, please? Everyone else stand back.
Centipede.
I've rigged myself to explode.
Dice 100. Oh, there we go. I've not scrolled down enough. Oh, I'm on an 81.
81. And Eric, was that a 10?
Nope.
Blimey, it's even worse. 89. Oh, well.
Cracking couple of rolls, guys. High is better, right?
Higher is better, if only. If only. So that's it. I mean, the information that is in those books is all the information you got from the computer records, but you got a lot more from all the computer stuff because obviously you can cross-reference off to other things. So there's nothing new in there that you can see. One thing you'll see, I mean, people don't have sort of stickers on their suitcases as such, but going through some of his personal effects, it looks like he's been moving around quite a lot. So he's been here for maybe a couple of months. He was somewhere else before that for a couple of months, somewhere else before that for a few months.
When you say somewhere else, is that on Prospero's Dream or somewhere completely?
Somewhere completely different. I mean, you might recognise some of the planets and whatever.
I will take a little bit of time to look at the last place he's been,
Okay.
and then do a search, if we can, assuming we can, around any identification of strange red centipedes appearing in the places he's been.
Okay.
Do like a cross-reference check about any. Yeah, I mean, we've got pictures of what they look like and everything, so I'm assuming you can do like image comparisons and stuff as part of the search. So basically, use the search tools to try and correlate between the locations he's been and sightings or unusual sightings or new sightings of these red centipedes.
Okay, that'll take you a little while. Back upstairs.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing that.
Did Mrs. K say when he actually arrived?
Yeah, a couple of months back.
A couple of months back.
Yeah,
So it's about 3 weeks before sighting of anything. I'm just trying to put a little bit of a timeline to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, about 7 or 8 weeks ago, you arrived kind of a week ago. She started seeing centipedes maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that.
Could we?
But
Could we get her to give us just a little timeline of when people arrived?
she can do. Yeah. There's nothing really that points to anything.
So this may be the ref saying, "Don't worry about this one," because I'm not creating a timeline for you.
It's the ref saying I'm not sitting down and writing a fucking timeline. Yeah.
Don't worry about it too much. Yeah, I heard that as well. Don't make me do a timeline.
Mrs. Kate, you the others might not realise this yet, especially Aidan is new here. This is a guest house, but it's a guest house in inverted commas. It's a safe house. And Mrs. K, as some of her actions have shown, and as Todd has certainly seen, is not your run-of-the-mill landlady. And the place is secured up to the hilt. This is probably the most secure place in this neighbourhood. And you might be vaguely aware that downstairs there's some stuff going on, and no doubt there's a little computer room somewhere and all that kind of thing. She's in direct contact with Naylor back at HQ, so if there was anything like that, she most likely would have picked up on it, her and her team.
Let's just take a step back in this room, and Al will try and channel his youth and think, where would I hide something in this room?
Ooh.
Like, have a little look underneath maybe the bedside table, see if he's sellotaped something underneath, any loose floorboards,
Okay.
anything that he's thinking, I'd put something there.
All right. Roll a dice for me on that.
The 100?
Yep. Tell me what you get.
32.
Okay. You do find tucked away, it's actually down the sort of hidden, tucked away down the side of a sort of suitcase thing, inside something else, a small journal.
I knew it. This guy is going to be writing down stuff.
It's Adrian Mole.
We've got Adrian Mole.
Adrian Centipede.
Okay.
So the first thing you find, there's a little flyer with this that has a logo on it of a little green lizard, and the words Tarrant, Tarente. It's like a little corporate logo.
You say green lizard.
I did. Yep, greeny, yellow, greeny.
The lizard, Eric. The lizard on the ship that docked with our transport here. That was a greeny yellow, wasn't it? And they picked up the weird thing that was crawling around our ship.
I'm assuming if it's a lizard, then it probably would have been, right? Is it similar to this emblem?
It looks identical to this emblem.
Oh.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is, I believe they call it, a clue.
And it's only taken
Okay.
2 hours.
It only took you saying, and his room is empty 3 times.
Well, it's sci-fi, you see. You're not thinking investigation. That's a trouble.
So is this a kind of daily journal, diary type thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't say daily journal, but there's some notes in there and a very meticulous handwriting, real old school sort of stuff. So you can sort of piece together, if you spend a little while reading this, while Eric's doing his research. Eric finds nothing about red centipedes and the times and places of this man. So there doesn't seem to be that connection. What you can piece together through this journal is that Simchak's wife, Eleanor, was terminally ill. Obviously, as a teacher, treatment is just, astronomical, wherever you are, let alone Prospero's dream. But they were approached by a young man who offered a potential cure in return for Mr. Simchak taking part in a testing program, which of course he agreed to do. The pair were taken to a facility somewhere on the moon. There's no mention of the system or anything else, and he underwent a procedure. His wife passed away shortly after anyway. Apparently, from what you get in the journals, she doesn't think she was given any treatment. They just, placebo. So his wife passed away, and since then he's been on the move because of it.
It. Same thing Max said.
Yes. Phil aided and Al in on our journey here, and the tentacled thing in the
That was in the crate, wasn't it?
it was in the crate, yes, but that was docked and picked up, and that ship, the only marking on that ship was a yellow lizard,
We've got a name now then.
which was
Tarrant.
Tarrant.
Is that it's a company logo, right?
Looks corporate to me.
Yeah.
It's like a little gecko lizard. Tarrant is French for gecko.
Eric knows what he's going to be doing next with his spare time.
Chief researcher.
You do to get some quite poignant notes in this journal, things like I've tried to control it, but I can't. And you get a sense of increasing despair.
Poor guy.
And the odd thing, like, I can feel it, it hungers.
Must be the centipede.
Is it worthwhile in the hospital?
I think we should pay him a visit.
Yeah, let's go to the hospital then. Well, I guess it must be. I don't know. Is it
Yeah.
late at night now on Saturday, or is it Sunday, or?
Yeah, you're looking at about
Bit.
10 o'clock at night, I guess. I mean, it's Prospero's dream. If you
Yeah.
flash credits, money's everything here. If you've got money, you can do what you want,
Okay.
largely.
Let's go to the hospital then. Let's go. Come on. Let's just go and ask him. We're not going to solve any, we're not answer any questions just by asking ourselves. We need to ask Mr. Smith.
Okay. You can find out from Mrs. K where he is. She's a bit like, it's 10
Important
o'clock at
business.
night and whatever, but you can get over there. With a mixture of fast talk and credits, you can get in to see him. His inner ward.
And a police detective's badge? And a police detective's badge?
Oh, good call, sir. Good call. Yes. Well remembered here. Yep, that'll do. And obviously you know how to act the part as well because you've been professionally involved with a number of police officials in your time. So
It's got my picture on it now and everything.
yeah, the staff nurse is not very happy, because he's obviously it's late at night. He's going to be sleeping, but you know which buttons to press, and with a small donation to the nurse's Christmas fund, then you can get in to see him. So you're going to pull the curtain around his bed, I imagine, and sit round him, and he is sleeping, and his face looks very peaceful.
I think we turn down the morphine, and then whisper in his ear,
It's back.
No, maybe that's. We don't want to. I was going to say it sent us, but that might be. We don't want to kill him.
Shot him. Give him a shot of adrenaline. That'll get him going.
Or you could just gently nudge him awake.
You know, in Pulp Fiction, when he gets the syringe of adrenaline and stuffs it in a heart.
It's important. It's important to have leverage. So we're turning down his morphine before we wake him up, because that'll get him talking.
Give him a nudge.
His eyes, his eyes flicker open. He's not really on heavy duty painkillers.
Yeah.
He's got the king of all headaches. Obviously, got a big bandage around his head and all that stuff. What do you want? Are you taking Aris with you, by the way?
Well, no, he's the one who smashed his head on the floor, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
Good move. Good move.
I'll wave the badge quickly. Please, we need to talk to you.
Okay, so yeah, you can wave the badge, and he doesn't really recognize you. Obviously, he's in a bit of a daze still, and apart from Todd, I may imagine the rest of you are hanging back a little bit. So Todd flashes the plastic, and there's what do you want from me?
Need to talk to you about a journal and some experiments
Experiments?
involving centipedes.
There's a little machine in the corner going.
I'll mute it. Don't want no nurses showing up.
You're gonna pull the plug out.
Yeah, I'll put it on myself.
Okay, you don't want the alarm going off, because you may remember this is what happened last time he got excited. Well, Aris will have told you. He started getting agitated. 'Cause Aris, what is he said? I'm gonna, not aggressively, gonna barge into his room
And push him into a wall.
and pushed him over. Yeah, pushed him over basically. So, okay. Well, the story comes out. It backs up everything that is in the journal. His wife was terminally ill, couldn't afford treatment. They're approached by this corporation. They would give her treatment on the basis that he took part in these experiments, and something was placed in him, was the only way you could describe it. He went through this sort of surgical procedure, and when he woke up, something had changed. Something felt very different. His wife died not long after anyway. If they did give her treatment, it had absolutely no effect on her illness. And tears are running down his face at this point in time. He's clutching your hand very tightly. And he goes, all those people, and it was because of me. And basically every few months, this thing got hungry and came out to feed.
Came out of him.
What about the others?
So where is it now?
It's gone. At last, it's gone.
Gone where?
I know.
Do you think will it come back to you?
I don't know. All I want to do now is see my Eleanor again. And he sort of sinks back into the pillow.
Well, if you really want to.
God, no.
Let's leave him to just rest and recuperate.
We'll be keeping hold of your journal.
He looks like, to be honest, 10 years younger, like a great weight has been lifted off of him. But he does look like he's not in a good way physically, but mentally and psychologically, he seems at ease and at peace.
He's going to drift off in his sleep, isn't he? He's not coming back to the boarding house.
Cool. For the information we need. Sounds like everyone's a winner.
I'll up his morphine a bit for him.
Before, I want to get out of him as much as I can about this organisation, this Torrent.
Again, what is said in the journal, they approached him. He was taken on a ship to this moon. He can't remember exactly what system it was. There was a lab. They underwent this procedure. His wife underwent treatment. They were taken back to their home.
Any names?
Mr. Smith.
Classic.
He remembers the logo and the name of the company because he saw that, and that was it.
We can do some research on that. Now we know who they are. At least we've got a name. We can do some research and take it from there.
So, yeah, that's basically what you'll get from him, unless you can think of anything else specific to ask him.
Does he remember the ship? Was there a name on the ship that took him?
He didn't notice. You got to remember his wife was terminally ill at the time. This was a very,
Yeah, basically it's going to be that type of question, yeah. Anything that's in the back of his mind.
How long ago was this?
This was about 18 months ago or so.
It's when the journal started, was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
How many people does he think it ate?
He gets very upset if you start asking him that. So many.
It's been coming out, what was it, every 2 or 3 months, did you say?
Yeah.
And it's been 18 months?
About.
Has it been growing, or was it always this size?
It doesn't really. It just came out. It wasn't straight away. It was after a few months.
Was there anybody else being experimented on? Were you the only one?
I think there were some other people there. They had a high-level medical facility we were taken into.
High level on them, it's definitely private somewhere then, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I bet that's where that other thing with the tentacles has gone. So that turned out to be quite friendly, in a way.
All it wanted to do was get home to its little babies, the hungry babies.
But they weren't taking it home though, were they?
No, and you helped.
I didn't.
Which you might then tie in with the nightmares some of you have been having about being woken up by the sound of hungry, crying babies.
It's
Anything for a few credits.
turn his morphine back on, put his leads back on him.
Right. I don't think we can get anything out of him.
Yeah,
Do we want to just turn the morphine back on?
well, that's what I was going to do. But I'll turn stop the flow off so he gets unlimited as much as he wants.
Okay.
That'll be an easy hack.
Yep.
Yeah, he does it himself. And the nurse, I think that she's just set it wrong. And if she gets the sack, she gets the sack.
All right. So you can leave him to slowly drift away.
If there's any doctor's coats or nurses' coats laying around with IDs on the way out.
He can't be stopped. Oh, have they got an ultrasound machine?
I'm sure they've got an ultrasound machine somewhere in here, but there is security as well, private security.
But once you're a doctor or a nurse, you can use it whenever you want.
Well, there is that. Roll me a percentage dice. You're gonna have to get something, pretty low to scarf that.
Yeah, it's only if the chance presents itself.
Yeah.
26.
Oh,
You can grab a couple of white coats, but you can't get any ID.
White coats are good. And a stethoscope?
All right, and a stethoscope. I thought you had some anyway. Do you remember? You grabbed some.
I did. I grabbed some before. I've got white coats and a stethoscope here. It's the badge I'm looking for to complete the set now.
Yeah, just to complete the outfit.
Well, you've got to collect them all. They're like Pokemon.
all the emergency services.
Okay, so I think we can round things off there for the evening. You've got some thoughts and planning to do. Yeah, so that's going to be your challenge next time, is making safe contacts with the Razordogz and finding the right person to speak to. Thank you, chaps. See you next time.